While I cared for Mom around the clock, my siblings cleaned out all her bank accounts. I overheard them laughing on a call, "Let the saint pay the bills." They thought they'd left me with nothing. But they forgot about one thing, the power of attorney, and the secret account Mom had opened for me years ago, which now holds. It was the sheer exhaustion that usually made me hear things that weren't there. But tonight, through Mom's baby monitor, I heard my sister's voice, crystal clear and dripping with venomous mockery, "Let the saint pay the bills now." My blood ran cold, ***, that was the moment everything shifted. See, I'm Savannah, and I hadn't slept more than 3 consecutive hours in 8 months. That's how long it had been since Mom's diagnosis, since I packed up my life and moved back home to become her full-time caregiver. My siblings, Lily and Jonas, had promised to help. Their version of help? Occasional Venmo transfers and emoji-filled texts asking how Mom was doing. "Did you get my transfer?" Lily had texted earlier that day. $200 for groceries. "Tell Mom I love her." I stared at my phone, a sick feeling brewing in my stomach, thinking about the $1,800 pharmacy bill sitting on the kitchen counter. "Got it, thanks," I'd replied, adding a heart emoji because that's what good sisters do, right? You smile and pretend everything's fine. Then the baby monitor crackled again. Mom was supposed to be sleeping, but I could hear multiple voices in her room. "She's such a martyr," Lily's voice came through, a sneer I could practically see. "Always has been. Remember when she gave up that scholarship to community college because Mom had the flu?" Classic Savannah. Jonas chuckled. "Hey, did you move the last bit from the savings account?" My heart stopped. Just stopped. I pressed the monitor closer to my ear, sitting bolt upright in my worn armchair. "Clean as a whistle," Lily replied. "Between the two of us, we've managed to protect nearly everything. Can't let it all go to medical bills, right? Mom would have wanted us to be taken care of." That was Jonas again, casual as if they were discussing the weather. I felt sick. The room started spinning, and suddenly, all the pieces clicked into place, the bounce checks, the mysterious insufficient funds notices, Mom's confusion about missing statements. It wasn't confusion. It was theft. "How much did you get?" Jonas asked. "About $60 total." "You?" 45, would have been more, but that photography equipment wasn't cheap. My hand shook so hard I almost dropped my phone as I pulled up Mom's banking app. I had the password because I handled her bills, but I rarely checked the savings accounts. Lily had convinced Mom years ago to add her as a co-signer, just in case. Jonas followed suit. The main savings account balance read, $236.42. "Remember when she tried to lecture me about fiscal responsibility?" Lily laughed through the monitor. "God, that was rich." "Speaking of rich, did you see her face when I showed up in the new BMW? The one you bought with Mom's CD money? She thinks I got a promotion at work. Meanwhile, little sister's driving that same beaten-up Corolla." I clicked through other accounts. My vision blurred. Empty. 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 They'd been systematically draining everything for months. Maybe years. The monitor crackled again. Mom's voice, weak but clear. "Lily? Jonas? Is someone there?" "Just checking on you, Mom." Lily's voice softened instantly, sickeningly sweet. "Go back to sleep." "Where's Savannah?" "Probably passed out somewhere. You know how dramatic she gets about being tired." Their laughter faded. I heard footsteps, then the soft click of Mom's door closing. Their voices moved down the hallway. "We should get going," Jonas said. "Savannah might come up soon." "Please." "She's probably writing in her diary about how hard her life is." Their laughter faded entirely. The front door opened and closed. Through my window, I watched Lily's sleek BMW pull away, followed by Jonas's leased Mercedes. My phone buzzed. Another text from Lily, "Stop by to see Mom." She was sleeping so peacefully. "You're doing such a great job, sis." I started to type, "How dare you?" But I deleted it. My hands were trembling too hard to text anyway. Instead, I walked to Mom's room, my sock feet silent on the carpet. She was awake, staring at the ceiling. "Did you hear them?" she whispered as I approached. "Yes." Her hand found mine in the darkness. "I'm so sorry, Savannah. But do you remember what I told you about the safe house?" I froze. 3 years ago, Mom had pulled me aside after her first cancer scare. She'd whispered something about a folder, about waiting for the right moment. I dismissed it as medication-induced confusion. Check my filing cabinet, she said now, her voice stronger. Bottom drawer. The folder marked safe house. Mom, you need to rest now. Her grip tightened on my hand. Savannah. Before they come back. Before they take everything. I kissed her forehead and went to the cabinet. The folder was there, thick with documents I couldn't make out in the dim light. My phone buzzed again. Jonas this time, thanks for holding down the fort, sis. Don't work too hard. I stared at the message, then at the folder in my hands. Something inside me shifted. A lifetime of being the good sister crumbling away. Game on. The documents in the safe house folder felt heavy in my hands as I spread them across the kitchen table. Dawn was breaking outside, and I hadn't slept a minute. My coffee had gone cold hours ago. Power of attorney forms. Bank statements. Investment account details. All notarized. All dated 3 years ago. And a handwritten note from Mom, when they show their true colors, call Randall. He knows what to do. My phone rang, making me jump. Lily. Hey, sister dearest. Her voice was syrupy sweet. Just checking if you need anything. Jonas and I were thinking of stopping by later, actually. I kept my voice steady. I was looking at Mom's accounts. There seemed to be some discrepancies. A pause. What do you mean? Large withdrawals. Missing funds. Nearly $100,000 gone. Oh, honey, her tone shifted to concerned. You're exhausted. You're seeing things. Maybe you should take a break. Jonas and I can watch Mom for a weekend. I have the statements right here, Lily. Listen, she said, dropping the sweetness. Mom asked us to help manage her finances. We're protecting her assets. You're too emotional about all this. By emptying her accounts? Don't start drama, Savannah. It's not a good look on you. I hung up and texted Jonas, we need to talk about Mom's money. His reply came instantly, don't know what you mean. Been helping with bills when I can. Maybe you need some rest. Same script, different actor. My hands shook as I opened the final document from the folder, information for an account I'd never seen before, at a private investment firm. Below the account number was a post-it note in Mom's precise handwriting, for my daughter, who sees clearly. The phone rang again. Unknown number. Savannah, a male voice said. This is Randall Quinn. Your mother's attorney. My heart skipped a beat. How did you? I've been monitoring the accounts. Your mother asked me to watch for unusual activity. When the primary savings was drained last night, it triggered an alert. You knew this would happen? Your mother knew. She's been planning for this possibility since her first cancer scare. She made me promise not to intervene until they took everything. He paused, she wanted them to show you who they really were. I gripped the phone tighter. What do we do now? Check your email. I'm sending you documents to sign. Once they're notarized, you'll have full power of attorney and control of all accounts. Including the one they don't know about. The investment account. $850,000. Your mother's been quietly funding it for decades. Lily and Jonas have no idea it exists. My legs went weak. I sank into a chair. There's more, Randall continued. We have records of every unauthorized withdrawal they've made. Every transfer. Every lie. The question is, what do you want to do about it? Before I could answer, I heard Mom calling from upstairs. One moment, I told Randall. I found her sitting up in bed, more alert than she'd been in weeks. Did you open it? She asked. Yes, Mom. Why didn't you tell me? Because you needed to see it for yourself. She took my hand. I've watched them manipulate you since you were children. Always taking, always lying, always making you doubt yourself. But you stayed. You cared. You saw clearly. We could press charges, I said. Get the money back. No. She squeezed my hand. That's not the way. Remember when you were little and Lily broke your dollhouse? What did you do? I waited until Christmas and gave her my new one. She was so excited. Then I told everyone how she'd broken the first one. Exactly. You showed everyone who she really was, but made it impossible for her to play the victim. Mom smiled. The money they stole? Let them keep it. We have something better planned. I went back to the phone. Randall? Let's do this quietly. No charges, no confrontation. Not yet. I understand. I'll have everything ready this afternoon. And Savannah, your mother was right about you. After hanging up, I sent a text to both siblings. You're right, I'm probably just tired. Everything's fine. Love you both. Lily replied first, that's our sensible sister. Get some rest. Jonas followed, knew you'd understand. Family first. I set my phone down and looked at the stack of documents. Proof of their theft. Their lies. Their manipulation. Years of it. But now, I had something they didn't. The truth. The power. And most importantly, time. Mom called down from upstairs. Savannah, can you bring me some tea? Coming, Mom. I gathered the documents, securing them in my laptop bag. As I prepared her tea, I smiled for the first time in months. They wanted to play games with money? Fine. But they forgot who taught me how to count. Randall's office smelled like old leather and strong coffee. He spread documents across his mahogany desk while I sat across from him, trying to process everything. Your siblings have been busy, he said, pointing to a transaction history. Jonas transferred most of his share into his photography business, which, by the way, hasn't filed taxes in 2 years. And Lily? He slid another paper forward. She's been shopping for a yacht. A yacht? I almost laughed. She gets seasick on ferry rides. It's about status. Randall leaned back. But here's where it gets interesting. They used your mother's accounts for personal expenses, claiming they were business investments. That's fraud. Mom doesn't want them prosecuted. No. But we can use it as leverage. First step, freeze their access to any remaining accounts. My phone buzzed. A text from Lily, hey, tried to transfer Mom's prescription money, but the account's locked. What's going on? Don't respond yet, Randall advised. We need one more person on our team. Have you heard from Evan recently? My chest tightened. Evan. My ex. He's one of the best financial analysts in the state now. We need someone who can trace where all the money went. Before I could protest, Randall was dialing. The phone rang on speaker. Randall? Evan's voice filled the room. Evan. It's been a while. I have someone here who needs your help. Randall nodded to me. Hi, Evan. My voice came out smaller than I intended. Silence. Then, Savannah? Is this about your mom? Sort of. It's about my siblings stealing her money. I'm free for lunch, he said without hesitation. The cafe on Pine. 1 hour? I looked at Randall, who nodded encouragingly. Okay. The cafe was busy when I arrived. Evan was already there, looking more polished than I remembered in his business suit. His face softened when he saw me. You look tired, he said as I sat down. Thanks. That's exactly what every woman wants to hear. He smiled, still deflecting with humor. I see. Then his expression turned serious. Tell me everything. I did. The baby monitor revelation. The empty accounts. Mom's secret planning. Evan took notes on his tablet, asking occasional questions about dates and amounts. Your sister's yacht. He whistled. That's going to be easy to trace. And Jonas's photography business is a joke. He's been writing off personal expenses as business costs. Can you help? Already am. He turned his tablet toward me. I flagged their accounts for potential fraud. Any major purchases will trigger an automatic review. And that yacht. He smiled. The dealer just got an anonymous tip about checking their financing very carefully. My phone buzzed again. Jonas this time, something wrong with my business account. Did you say anything to the bank? They're getting nervous, Evan observed. Good. Let them sweat. I don't want to destroy them, I said. I just want justice. Consequences. Evan reached across the table, his hand stopping just short of mine. You were always too forgiving. Remember when Lily borrowed your car and crashed it? You helped her hide it from your parents. I was stupid. You were kind. There's a difference. He pulled back. But kindness doesn't mean being a doormat. My phone rang. Randall. The investment account is active, he said when I answered. $850,000. Now under your complete control. Your mother just signed the final papers. Evan, hearing this, started typing on his tablet. I'm looking at it now. It's been growing for 20 years. Your mom was a financial genius. She was an accountant, I said. Before she got sick. She was preparing for this exact moment, Randall added. The question is, what's our next move? I thought about Lily's BMW, bought with mom's CD money. About Jonas's leased Mercedes and his tax-evading business. About all the nights I'd stayed awake with mom while they were out. Spending her money. We let them keep what they stole, I said finally. But we make sure they can never touch another penny. How? Evan asked. By using their own greed against them. Randall, can you draft new trust documents? Make it look like mom's planning to divide everything equally? Of course, but why? Because my siblings don't know about the investment account. Let them think they're getting a third each of nothing. Meanwhile, Evan caught on, we start flagging their suspicious transactions. Trigger audits. Make them scramble to hide what they've already taken. Exactly. I stood up. They wanted to play financial games? Let's see how they handle playing defense. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from Mom, did you meet with Randall? Yes. Everything's ready. Good girl. Remember, patience before power. I looked at Evan and Randall, my unlikely revenge team. Let's get to work. The first crack in Lily's perfect facade appeared 3 days later. I was changing Mom's for when my sister burst into the room, her designer heels clicking against the hardwood floor. What the hell is going on? She waved her phone in my face. My cards are being declined. All of them. I kept my eyes on Mom's for. That sounds stressful. Don't play dumb. The bank's asking questions about unusual activity. Did you say something? Mom stirred in her bed. Lily, why are you shouting? I'm not shouting. Lily's voice rose higher. I'm trying to figure out why my accounts are frozen. Your accounts? I turned to face her. I thought they were Mom's accounts. Lily's face flushed. You know what I mean. The ones I'm managing for her. Managing? Mom's voice was quiet but clear. Is that what you call it? The room went silent. Lily's perfectly manicured hand gripped her phone tighter. Mom needs rest, I said firmly. We can discuss this downstairs. In the kitchen, Lily paced like a caged animal. Fix this now. Fix what? The accounts you drained? The money you stole? I didn't steal anything. I was protecting Mom's assets. My phone buzzed. A text from Jonas, my business account's locked. What did you do? Looks like Jonas is having similar problems, I said, showing Lily the message. This isn't funny, Savannah. I have payments due. The yacht, she stopped herself. The yacht? I raised an eyebrow. What yacht? The doorbell rang. Evan stood on the porch, laptop under his arm. Am I interrupting? Who's this? Lily demanded. Evan rose, financial analyst. He set his laptop on the kitchen counter. I've been reviewing some interesting transactions. You have no right. Actually, I cut in, I have power of attorney now, which means I have every right. Lily's face went from red to white. Since when? Since Mom signed the papers last week. She was very clear-headed that day, wasn't she? Evan, straight-faced, crystal clear. He opened his laptop. Now, about these transfers to offshore accounts. This is ridiculous. Lily grabbed her purse. I'm calling my lawyer. Good idea, I said. I'm sure they'd love to explain why you've been writing off personal expenses as business deductions. The BMW payments, for example. She froze at the door. You're bluffing. Am I? I pulled out my phone. Should we call the IRS and find out? The front door slammed so hard the windows rattled. Through the kitchen window, I watched Lily's BMW screech out of the driveway. That went well, Evan said, closing his laptop. My phone buzzed again. Jonas, just got a call from the IRS. What's happening? Phase 1 complete. Evan smiled. Want to start Phase 2? I nodded, pulling up the browser on my phone. With a few clicks, I donated $5,000 to the rehabilitation center where Mom had recovered from her prescription dependency, the same place Lily had called a dump for addicts when Mom needed help. Anonymous donation? Evan asked. For now. But soon, everyone will know exactly where Mom's money is going. And where it isn't. Upstairs, Mom called out. I found her sitting up, more alert than she'd been in days. I heard Lily, she said. She's upset about some financial irregularities. Good. Mom patted the bed beside her. Did I ever tell you about the time Lily stole your college fund? What? You were 17. The money was supposed to be for your first year at State. She convinced me she needed it for her wedding, said she'd pay it back. Mom's laugh turned into a cough. She never did. Is that why you started the secret account? Partly. I knew someday they'd try to take everything. I just had to wait until they showed their true colors. She squeezed my hand. You were always the invisible one, Savannah. That made you dangerous. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from Lily, to both Jonas and me, family meeting tomorrow. This ends now. I showed Mom the message. She smiled. Perfect time for the next move. Which is? Let them think they've cornered you. Let them make demands. Her eyes sparkled with a clarity I hadn't seen in months. Then show them exactly who they're dealing with. I texted back, sure. Mom's room. 2 p.m. You're enjoying this, Evan observed. No, I said, but I couldn't help smiling. Well, maybe a little. From upstairs, Mom called down, Savannah, bring my old accounting files when you come up. The ones marked Family Trust. I looked at Evan. Ready for tomorrow? He nodded. The question is, are they? The family meeting started exactly how I expected, with Lily making a scene. She's lost her mind. Lily announced to our assembled aunts and uncles on the video call. Savannah's trying to steal Mom's money. I sat quietly beside Mom's bed, letting Lily dig her own grave. Jonas paced by the window, checking his phone every few seconds. Sweetheart, Aunt Marie's voice crackled through the laptop speaker, what exactly is going on? Savannah's frozen all the accounts. Jonas jumped in. She's threatening to report us to the IRS. Report you for what? Uncle Dave asked. Silence. I cleared my throat. Maybe we should show everyone the bank statements? No! Lily and Jonas shouted simultaneously. Why not? I opened a folder. I have copies right here. Very interesting reading. You're manipulating everything. Lily pointed a manicured finger at me. Mom's too sick to understand what's happening. Savannah's taking advantage. Mom, who'd been silent until now, spoke up. Am I too sick to understand that you bought a yacht with my money, Lily? The video call went deadly quiet. Or that Jonas hasn't paid taxes on his photography business in 2 years? Mom continued. The business he funded with my retirement account? Mom! Jonas stepped forward. I can explain. Explain what? I pulled out more documents. The $45,000 you transferred to your personal account? Or the $60,000 Lily took for her BMW? You don't understand. Lily's voice cracked. We were protecting the money from medical bills. By spending it on yourself? Aunt Marie's shock was visible even through the grainy video. Lily, how could you? Show them, Mom nodded to me. I held up bank statements to the camera. Here are the transfers. Dates. Amounts. Account numbers. Everything. Those are fake. Jonas lunged for the papers, but I moved faster. Really? I pulled up an email on my phone. Should I forward these to the family? Including the text messages where you both bragged about cleaning out Mom's accounts? Lily's face crumpled. I needed that money. Do you know how expensive it is to maintain my lifestyle? Your lifestyle? Uncle Dave's voice boomed through the speaker. That was your mother's medical money. It was going to be mine anyway. Lily shouted, then froze, realizing what she'd said. The video call erupted in voices. Aunt Marie was crying. Uncle Dave was demanding answers. Our cousins were typing furious messages in the chat. That's enough, Mom said quietly, but everyone fell silent. Lily. Jonas. You've shown exactly who you are. Not just to me, but to everyone. Mom, please, Jonas started. I've already changed my will, she continued. And before either of you try to challenge it, remember, everything you took, every transfer, it's all documented. Do you really want that becoming public record? Lily grabbed her purse. This isn't over. Actually, I stood up, it is. The yacht dealer called. They're canceling the sale due to financial irregularities. And Jonas, the IRS wants to schedule an audit. Jonas slumped against the wall. You can't do this. I already did. I turned to the video call. I'm sending everyone copies of the bank records. Not for revenge, but for truth. They need to know who they're dealing with. You self-righteous, Lily lunged at me, but Aunt Marie's voice stopped her. Lily. One more step and I'm calling the police myself. Mom reached for my hand. Savannah has power of attorney now. She's in charge of everything. Everything? Jonas whispered. Everything, I confirmed. Including the trust you don't know about. Lily's mascara was running. What trust? The one Mom set up years ago. The one you'll never see. I opened the door. Now, get out. Both of you. They left, Lily's sobs echoing down the hallway. On the video call, our relatives were silent, processing everything. I'm sorry you all had to see this, Mom said to the screen. But the truth needed to come out. One by one, our relatives expressed their support, their shock, their anger at Lily and Jonas. When we finally ended the call, Mom looked exhausted, but satisfied. You did well, she said. I learned from the best. I adjusted her pillows. Rest now. My phone buzzed with a text from Evan, just heard from the bank. Lily's trying to access the trust account. I smiled, typing back, let her try. The only thing she'll find is proof of everything she stole. Mom was already drifting off to sleep, but she mumbled, remember, sweetheart, the best revenge is making them face themselves. I finished outside, just as I heard Lily's BMW start up, then stall. Apparently, she couldn't even afford an oil change anymore. Karma really does come full circle. Someone tried to access the trust account last night, Evan announced, setting his laptop on the hospital waiting room table. From Jonas's IP address. I looked up from my coffee. Did they get in? No, but they triggered our security protocol. The attempt was logged and sent directly to Randall. Amateur hour, Audrey, Mom's nurse, said as she joined us. Your brother doesn't sound very tech-savvy. He's desperate, I replied. The IRS froze his business accounts yesterday. My phone buzzed. Jonas, we need to talk. Now. Don't respond, Evan advised. But another message came through, Jonas, I have emails from Mom about the trust. Either we meet, or everyone sees them. I showed Evan the messages. He frowned. It's a bluff. Maybe. I stood up. But I want to hear what he has to say. The hospital cafeteria was nearly empty when Jonas arrived. His usually immaculate appearance was disheveled, his designer clothes wrinkled. Show me the emails, I said as he sat down. First, we talk terms. His hands shook as he pulled out his phone. I want my share of the trust. What share? You stole your share already. Don't play dumb, Savannah. Mom's hidden account. The big one. I leaned back. Prove you know about it. He turned his phone toward me. There was indeed an email from Mom's account, mentioning a trust worth nearly $1 million. Interesting, I said. When was that email sent? Last week. I had a friend recover deleted emails from Mom's account. You hacked Mom's email? I did what I had to do. He slammed his hand on the table, making other patients jump. You think you're so perfect, so righteous, but you're stealing everything for yourself. Like you stole from Mom's retirement? That was different. I needed my photography equipment. Your Mercedes. Tell me, Jonas, I said, how many paying clients do you actually have? His face reddened. This isn't about my business. Actually, it is. I pulled out my own phone. Because that email? It's fake. Mom hasn't used that email account in 2 years. And your little hacking attempt just triggered a federal investigation into computer fraud. The color drained from his face. You're lying. Check your phone. As if on cue, his phone buzzed. His hands trembled as he read the message. He swallowed hard. That's from my lawyer. Apparently, hacking into email accounts is a serious crime, especially when combined with financial fraud. You set me up. No, Jonas. You did this to yourself. I stood up. Oh, and those business accounts you've been using to dodge taxes? The IRS has everything. Wait. He grabbed my arm. Please. I'll lose everything. Like Mom almost lost everything? I pulled away. The difference is, she had me. Who do you have, Jonas? Evan was waiting outside the cafeteria. Everything okay? Fine. Just watching karma in action. My phone buzzed again. Now it was Lily's turn. The text was from an unknown number, meeting in Mom's room. 5 minutes. Don't make me come find you. Mom was awake when we arrived, with Lily already there, sitting primly in the visitor's chair. Hello, sister. Lily smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. I've been having a lovely chat with Mom about family loyalty. Really? I checked Mom's vital signs on the monitor. How's the yacht shopping going? I've been doing some thinking, Lily continued as if I hadn't spoken. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. We're family, after all. Is this the part where you threaten me again? Threaten? No. She pulled out an envelope. This is a peace offering. A contract. We split everything 3 ways. The trust. The house. Everything. Sign it, and all this ugliness goes away. Mom made a sound that might have been a laugh. What's funny, Mom? Lily asked. You still think you're in control. Mom's voice was weak but clear. You never did understand the difference between love and leverage. What's that supposed to mean? I took the envelope from Lily's hand and tore it in half. It means no. You'll regret this. Lily stood up, her designer dress rustling. Like we regret trusting you? I stepped closer. Or like you'll regret the tax audit that's coming? She froze at the door. What audit? The one triggered by your yacht application. Turns out your income doesn't match your spending. Funny how that works. After she stormed out, Mom reached for my hand. You got a letter today, she whispered. In my drawer. I found the envelope, opened it, and read aloud, make sure they understand the difference between love and leverage. When did you write this? I asked. Years ago. When I first suspected what they might do. She smiled. I knew you'd understand when the time came. Outside, we heard Lily's BMW trying and failing to start again. Some lessons, it seems, are more expensive than others. Mom died on a Tuesday morning, peaceful in her sleep. I was holding her hand. Lily and Jonas arrived 20 minutes too late, their faces a mix of grief and calculation. We need to discuss arrangements, Lily said, not even waiting for the nurse to finish disconnecting the monitors. Already taken care of, I replied. Mom planned everything. Of course she did, Jonas muttered. With you. The funeral was small, elegant, and exactly as Mom wanted. I watched my siblings perform their roles perfectly, Lily dabbing her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief, Jonas supporting her with a brotherly arm around her shoulders. Our relatives kept their distance from them, the recent revelation still fresh. The will reading is tomorrow, Randall told me after the service. Are you ready? Does it matter? Your mother thought it did. She was very specific about the timing. The next morning, we gathered in Randall's office. Lily wore black Chanel, Jonas's best suit. They sat together on one side of the conference table, leaving me alone on the other. Our aunts and uncles joined via video call, their faces serious on the wall-mounted screen. Before we begin, Randall said, I want to confirm that everyone understands this reading is final and legally binding. Just get on with it, Lily snapped. Randall opened a thick envelope. Very well. This last will and testament was updated 3 weeks ago, with your mother of sound mind and 2 witnesses present. Jonas shifted in his seat. 3 weeks ago, after the accounts were drained, I said quietly. Randall began reading, to my children, Lily and Jonas, who showed their true colors when they thought I was too weak to notice. Lily's face went white. who stole from their dying mother and mocked their sister's sacrifice. Jonas started to stand, but Aunt Marie's voice cut through the video call. Sit down and listen. I leave you exactly what you deserve, nothing. The room erupted. Lily jumped up, screaming about contesting the will. Jonas knocked over his chair. Due to documented financial abuse and fraud, Randall continued over the chaos. Lily and Jonas are hereby disinherited from all accounts, properties, and assets. You can't do this. Lily turned to me. She can't do this to my daughter. To my daughter, Savannah, Randall read on, who gave up everything to care for me, who showed wisdom beyond her years and strength beyond measure, I leave my entire estate, including all properties, accounts, and the family trust, valued at approximately $1 million total. Uncle Dave's voice boomed through the speakers. Well done, Sarah. Well done. This isn't fair. Jonas slammed his hand on the table. We're getting lawyers. I have documentation of every fraudulent transfer, Randall said calmly. Every stolen dollar. Every forged document. Would you like those made public in court? Lily collapsed into her chair, mascara running. Mom wouldn't do this to us. Mom? I stood up. Mom gave you chances. She watched you drain her accounts. She let you show everyone exactly who you are. This isn't her doing this to you. You did this to yourselves. There's one more item, Randall said, regarding the family home. My siblings looked up hopefully. Savannah has full ownership, effective immediately. All current residents have 30 days to vacate. Vacate? Jonas went pale. But I've been living in the guest house. And I've been using Mom's studio. Lily added. Not anymore. I picked up my purse. I'll have the locks changed today. Where are we supposed to go? Lily's voice cracked. Maybe you can live on your yacht, I suggested. Oh, wait. It got repossessed. The video call erupted in muffled laughter. You are enjoying this? Jonas accused. No, I headed for the door. I'm just making sure Mom's last wishes are respected. Something you never did. Outside Randall's office, Evan was waiting. How did it go? Exactly as Mom planned. I handed him a key. Would you help me change the locks? What about your sister's things? She has 30 days to get them. After that, they go to the women's shelter. Mom would have liked that. My phone buzzed with messages from relatives, support, congratulations, relief that justice was served. But one message stood out, from Mom's old number, scheduled to be sent after the will reading. The last chapter isn't about revenge, sweetheart. It's about peace. Find yours. I looked back through the office window. Lily and Jonas sat shell-shocked while Randall packed up his papers. They'd lost everything, money, status, family trust. But somehow, watching them, I felt no satisfaction. Just a quiet certainty that Mom's final lesson had been taught. Ready to go? Evan asked. Yes, I said. It's time to close this chapter. Behind us, I heard Lily's voice crack. What are we supposed to do now? For the first time in years, that wasn't my problem to solve. The last box from Mom's bedroom felt heavier than the others. Inside, beneath old photos and faded letters, I found her favorite scarf, the soft blue one she wore to my college graduation, the only one she'd attended. My phone buzzed. A text from Jonas, please. Just talk to me. I set the phone down without responding. Through the window, I watched the moving truck pull up to the guest house where he'd been living. He hadn't paid rent in 3 years. Need help? Evan appeared in the doorway, sleeves rolled up. Almost done. Just this last box. I wrapped the scarf around my neck. Lily stopped by the office today, he said, sitting on the edge of Mom's bed. Wanted me to look at her finances, see if there was any way to challenge the will. And I told her the truth, she's broke. The IRS audit revealed years of tax evasion. She's looking at serious penalties. The doorbell rang. Audrey stood on the porch with a casserole dish. Thought you might need dinner, she said, following me to the kitchen. Moving days are hard enough without all this family drama. Did you hear about Jonas? Evan asked her. The photography studio? Bankruptcy. Hard to miss. It's all over the local business news. My phone buzzed again. Lily this time. They're repossessing my car. I need help. Still not answering them? Audrey noticed me silence the phone. What's left to say? The sound of a car door slamming made us all look outside. Jonas stood in the driveway, watching the movers empty his living space. I should talk to him, I said. Want backup? Evan offered. No. This needs to be between us. Jonas looked older somehow, his designer clothes replaced by worn jeans and a faded t-shirt. They're taking everything, he said as I approached. You knew this was coming. I have nowhere to go. That's not true. I handed him a business card. This organization helps people get back on their feet. Real jobs, not fake photography studios. He stared at the card. Why are you helping me? Because Mom would want me to. But Jonas, I met his eyes, this is it. The last time I help. Lily's worse off than me, he said quietly. She's talking about moving in with her ex, the one who cheated on her. Karma's a bitch, he tried to smile, but couldn't quite manage it. No, Jonas. Karma's just a bill coming due. Back inside, Evan and Audrey had set the table for dinner. The casseroles steamed invitingly. One more thing before we eat, I said, pulling out Mom's laptop. I need to send an email. The message was simple, a donation to the elder care facility where Mom spent her final weeks, equal to the amount Lily and Jonas had stolen. In the dedication field, I wrote, in memory of Sarah Bell, who taught us that justice and mercy can coexist. Your mom would be proud, Audrey said, reading over my shoulder. Would she? Sometimes I think I was too harsh. Harsh? Evan raised an eyebrow. You could have had them arrested. Instead, you let them keep what they stole and gave them a chance to rebuild. Speaking of rebuilding, Audrey nodded toward the window. Jonas was still in the driveway, on his phone. From his expression, the conversation wasn't going well. Lily, I guess. Probably, Evan agreed. I heard she's been calling everyone for money. Let her call, I closed the laptop. Some lessons have to hurt to matter. My phone buzzed one final time. A message from Randall, your mother left one last thing. Come by tomorrow. Want company? Evan asked. No. I touched Mom's scarf. I think I know what it is. We ate dinner together, talking about everything except family. Outside, the moving truck pulled away, leaving Jonas standing alone in the growing darkness. He looked up at the house once, then walked to his car, not the Mercedes anymore, just a basic sedan. You know what Mom used to say about revenge? I asked as he drove away. What's that? Audrey passed me more casserole. That it's like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. But justice? Justice is like medicine. It might taste bitter, but it heals everyone eventually. Even them? Evan gestured toward the empty guest house. Especially them, I touched the scarf again. They just don't know it yet. The house felt different now. Lighter somehow, as if years of hidden resentments had finally lifted. Tomorrow, I'd see what final lesson Mom had left for me. But tonight, sitting with true friends who'd helped me through the darkest days, I realized something: family isn't always who you're born to. Sometimes, it's who you choose to become. And I'd finally chosen well.